It looks like a kitchen stove. Alright, so it's been a hot minute since I posted a tech video on my tech channel. But today we are going to be talking about the iPhone 11, or the iPhone 11 Pro, or the iPhone 11 Max Pro. I can't keep up with the names anymore, really. Okay, so I'm not going to pretend that I've done my research. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the screen right here on my phone, and then we're going to roll. It says iPhone 11 Pro, Pro cameras, stovetop, Pro display, high heat settings, Pro performance. You can turn all the burners on at once. I can't. From $24.95 a month or $5.99 with trade-in. I'm feeling the $5.99 with trade-in. However, there's always details, and I'm always very skeptical about that because there's fine print, and that's just a gimmick to get you in there. If you have the highest memory capacity on last year's model and it's in perfect condition and you have all of the things that came in the box with it and it's all perfect also, then they'll probably give you the $5.99 with trade-in. We'll move to the features first that they're claiming. All new triple camera system. It's telephoto, wide angle, and ultra wide angle. There was a time when I would kill someone to get this new phone. That I have this camera, and I looked in the viewfinder to make sure that my focus was going correctly. Now that I have this camera, I'm not as obsessed with this lens as I am this lens, because if I'm going somewhere and I know I want to take a really good photo, then I'm going to take this camera. If I'm going somewhere and I have to just take a photo on the fly, this iPhone X does well enough. It has really good camera. I'm not saying I wouldn't enjoy a nicer lens and some new glass on the back of this, because I probably will upgrade soon to the newest one, I don't know. But it's a good feature to have, for being honest here. It's got a new night mode for low light photos, which I could get into, because number one, if I'm not in my apartment, I'm either at work, in my car, I'm at someone else's house, if I go visit a friend. Most of the time, we work all day long, so we hang out in the evening. So that would be good for me, as long as the exposure doesn't make it extremely grainy. If I can find a picture of a bad low light photo on an iPhone, I'll insert that right here so that you can see the grain that I'm talking about. That drives me insane. If I take a picture in low light and it has that grain, I get rid of it. I don't use it. I just choose not to have a photo. Now, the 4K video with extended dynamic range at 60 frames per second. My phone pretty much does that now. Cool. Scroll down a little more. This is the mouthful that no one can get right without looking at their phone, and I'm not even going to try it. It's the Super Retina XDR display. The names. Water resistant up to 4 meters for 30 seconds. That is a good feature to have. I hope that I never have to try it out. This is the iPhone X. This is supposed to be water resistant. Just long enough for me to use my cat-like reflexes to get it out of the water as soon as it hits. Alright, so moving on. iPhone 11. So moving on from the 11 Pro to the 11, I don't want to do that. This is about the 11 Pro. So I'm going to click on buy here, because usually it gives me options as far, I want to pick my color range, but I'm going through this process to show you everything. So it says, do you have an iPhone to trade in? No. Then it starts out at $999 or $41.62 a month, which is expensive. Yes, then you can get the $5.99 a month, and that is for the iPhone 11 Pro. Now, just for the sake, I'm going to pick no, for the sake of doing this. Now it's going to ask you, do you want the Pro or the Pro Max? Which is going to, if you want the Pro Max, which is the one that I would want, then it's going to go up another $100. So now it's going to ask us to pick the colors. From here, you can see that the colors are space gray, silver, gold, and a new color, midnight green. And I'll put a different picture up here so that you can see those and kind of get a better idea. The midnight green is really cool, but it just makes me think of camo, and I'm not about that life unless it's white camo, and that's really pretty. But I've got the gold Apple Watch stainless steel, so I would go with the gold iPhone because it has to match. But what's going to kill me is if it's a different tone or different tint like they usually do, then the Apple Watch, because this is last year's model and not this year's model, that's going to kill me, and I will switch to the XS Max for that specific reason. Now it's going to ask you to choose your capacity. Now this is where the money comes in. 64 gigabytes for $1,099. 64 gigabytes, if you do anything on your phone other than text and call people, that's not enough. If you like to take pictures and you don't want to delete your pictures, that's not enough. Especially if you're taking pictures and you're recording video at 4K 60 frames a second. No man, not good. But never fear, because they have a very wide range of storage options, and you have to go straight up to 256 gigabytes for $1,249. I wish that they kept the 128 gigabyte option, because although this is the 256 version, I could have gotten the 128 and would have been okay. Now it says 512 gigabytes for $14.49 a month. I'm sorry, something got stuck in my throat. I think I'm gonna have to get a drink of my coffee. Oh, okay, I'm back. Thanks for being patient. Okay, so let's pick the 512. Now it's going to ask you, which carrier do you want? And as soon as you pick that, it's going to kind of unlocked and SIM free. I would like that option, actually. But there is no way I'm going to pay $60.37 a month for this, and that's not even including your phone plan. So that would raise my bill up by $25 a month just to get that phone. All right, so I'm gonna stop recording here just to let you know. All right, so that's just a very, very brief overview of the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max. I did see that the 11 Pro had a 5.8-inch display and the Pro Max has a 6.5-inch display. That is something that I would want the 6.5-inch display. The Super Retina XDR display, I think I got that right. That just sounds like a gimmick to me to sound fancy for just having a really good ass display. Do I believe it's a Retina display? Yes, but I don't know. I don't like that name. They've been really weird these past couple of years. So I've went from being an Apple sheep to a very hard critiquer. So the criticism that I'm giving, I'm not the happiest about. So another thing I noticed is they took out the Force Touch, the 3D Touch display. I forgot that it even had it because I don't use it. It's not a useful feature like they thought it was going to be, but you know what? Kudos to Apple for trying something new. Some things are hit or miss. That was a miss. All right, so that was just a brief overview of the iPhone 11 Pro and just the colors and the outrageous prices that they still have. And if you guys want a more in-depth review, then I can definitely pump one of those out. Put in the comments down below what you want to see next. I am going to try to do a more in-depth review on the Apple Watch Series 5 that has come out, although there's not that many differences in the Apple Watch that I have now versus that. And I also want to do a 1 year with this watch because I actually have a lot to say as a customer and a content creator and a reviewer. So a lot will be said about this. All right, like this video, again, comment down below and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to check out my YouTuber series. I am currently pumped out. Episode 2 is out now if you're watching this out of how many episodes, I don't know. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.